Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Um, we all know, or I'm sure we are all exposed to TikTok and the English TikTok part of women throwing the tantrums and toys out of the cots and even regretting certain life decisions and advice to men not to marry single mamas and take care of yourself, and then being labeled by women as, oh, it is red pill content and MGTOW, men going their own way kind of thing. I don't see this channel like that. I just see this channel as no fluff common sense. That's the things that I see, things that I find on the internet. I feel I can also give my voice to it. Might be wrong, might be right, you might agree or not, but that's what we have here. Life in China, you see that AI is wonderful. AI, for this part, AI is wonderful. I mean, how would we have stumbled upon the Chinese TikTok and understand what these women are saying if it was not really for people like, what is this channel? China Social Trends. That's what we're going to look at his video today. For people like this using AI to do the translations of the Chinese characters, and then just have a listen to these fucking delusional women talking about the leftover woman and young. It's not just leftover women, it's not just women 35 and over of the wall. There are also young girls. They have the same trends as the young girls in America or the UK or Australia. This is not new, but to me, all of a sudden this is new because I can actually understand what these people are saying. So let's follow along and have some commentary.
At a gathering, I saw a guy who used to pursue me. 2 days ago, I attended a high school reunion and met a boy who had once pursued me. I remember that he used to be short, had dark skin, and dressed a bit unfashionably.
Oh, so at the start, a few years back, while in high school, struggling, or university or whatever, wherever it was, he was not in her line of sight when, I mean, she was young, she could demand all the attention. So this guy, he was just a wallflower for her. She didn't even notice him. And now all of a sudden, now he will become a top 10%.
In short, the kind of guy who didn't stand out at all. At the time, I didn't have much interest in him.
Fuck yeah.
In fact, I could say I wasn't interested in him at all. However, this time when we met again, his transformation shocked me. He is now an executive at a major company.
Oh, there we have it. So maybe he couldn't change his looks, but unfortunately the financial situation changed a little bit more. Now he's a little bit more successful. He's an executive at a major company. All of a sudden the little wallflower is now being noticed by this fucking gold digger. They say men work in the race. Women stand at the finish line and cheer on the winners.
And his entire demeanor is completely different from back then. He exudes confidence and maturity, speaks gracefully and clearly, leads a very successful and happy life. His current lifestyle is full of the aura of success and happiness. What struck me most is that the man I looked down on in my early 20s has turned out to be so outstanding at the age of...
Oh, at the age of 38, that's what she's going to say. Okay, in your early 20s, so 20 years later, now all of a sudden, now when you are single, when you are old, when your eggs are starting to dry up, now all of a sudden you are looking for the executive, for the beta male to provide to you.
Of 38, perfectly matching my current criteria for a partner. Not only has he achieved career success, but his personality and appearance have also undergone a complete makeover, aligning exactly with what I now look for. Unfortunately, he is already married with children, and it is clear that we are not meant to be. This stark contrast.
Really, and that would stop you. That would stop you from approaching him and trying to steal him away and monkey branching. I mean, where would that ever have stopped? Woman, if she wants to do something, she's going to go for it. No, I'm sure she wouldn't back away from the fight this easy. Wouldn't let him being married and having kids stop you from getting part of that success.
Made me sigh with emotion. Truly, if I could have another chance, I definitely wouldn't wait until my 30s to get married or look for a partner. I would make sure to find someone in my 20s and get married as soon as possible. Honestly, when you reach your 30s, you realize you don't even know how to chat with the opposite sex.
It cannot just be me. Can you see the filters on this woman? When she turns her face, I mean, it's as if the filter does not pick up the sideburns. So you also have to work with that, right? All the filters being there.
Anymore. You just eat whatever they offer. Don't even want to make eye contact and lose curiosity about everything. You haven't experienced things, so you don't find them interesting. By your 30s, you'll find yourself thinking, is that all there is to it? I already know everything. Now, trying to find a suitable partner feels incredibly difficult. First, you need to be able to connect and share the same understanding. Other things might not matter as much, but finding someone with the same mindset and someone you can talk to is just so hard. After 30 years...
Yes, because, I mean, what do you want to talk to him about? About his life experiences? Or about how he can make your life easier for you? How you can become part of his success? I fucking hope all the guys listening to this know that you get to a point where peace of mind, peace of heart, no nagging once you walk into your house, that becomes more important than anything else in life.
Years of habits, knowledge, experiences, and people you've met, the differences between people become vast. The gap in personal growth becomes huge. So the longer you're out in society, the fewer marriage prospects you have. I'm telling everyone you must marry early, ideally before 28. Get yourself married off, because after 30, you'll realize the quality of people you meet through matchmaking drops.
I don't agree that, I mean, it's not as if the word marriage is pushed so much. I mean, settle down, start calm down. Do not want to live your early 20s every night being drunk, every night going out. Do not put career prospects above everything else. Just sit down and think a little bit about your fucking life. It's not just the word marriage. It's not just, oh, you have to get that little piece of paper with two people's names on it. That's not what it's about. I mean, that little paper can be... We've seen the divorce rates, right?
And the number of prospects dwindles. People will introduce you to any man just because you're older, regardless of whether you're a good match. Matchmakers will think, you're old, you don't deserve better, and they'll just push any man your way. As you get older, no matter how outstanding you are, unless you're extremely lucky and...
Ooh, I have to stop it there. What did she say? No matter how outstanding you are. So the process in the mind is still there. She still has this level. They will push any man unto you. She will not lower her standards to the normal, everyday kind of guy. These people are talking about the men that got away, but it's not the men. It's not 100% of men. It's just poof, now there's just no men. It is her view, her Chad, her Tyrone, her executive, her fucking Prince Charming that she has in her mind. Those guys are not paying attention to you anymore. But yet your standards are still that high. So they are not just pushing any guys onto you. It's not as if they're like, oh, here's this homeless person, or they're just giving you options of normal people. But you price yourself out of the normal class.
Marry someone you're truly satisfied with, your options are limited. It's either someone with good family conditions but lacking in personality, or someone who seems decent but has poor financial conditions, or a divorcee without kids, or a divorcee with kids. The choices are truly few and far between. Sometimes I don't even know why I let myself get delayed to this age. I was serious and devoted when I was in relationships, and I worked hard and stayed...
Oh, fucking cry me a river. I mean, go and fucking turn back time. Go and turn back time. This is why older men like myself are out here to warn younger lads about this kind of thing. The wall is real, guys. They get to an age where they like, fuck, I need to find something or somebody, or I'm going to die alone. Do not fall for that trap.
Stayed focused at my job. You'd think hardworking people would be a bit luckier, right? But I wasn't. I feel like nothing has gone smoothly for me. I always try to stay positive, telling myself everything happens for my benefit. But it's been 5 years, and I still don't know where this mindset has gotten me or what it's turned me into. You're 35 and still not married. At this age, my parents want to urge me openly, but are afraid of pushing me too far.
I bet she also stays at home still. 35. Parents are pushing you. Get the fuck out of my house. Go and start your life. I've now looked after you for the past 35 years. Fucking go. Open your little wings. Start flying. I'm sure that is why the parents are pushing. We've looked at other videos where parents actually go to these markets. Where's my fucking fingers? These markets. And sell off their daughters like cattle.
If they don't urge me, they're anxious on their own. If I act like I don't care, that's not okay either. I'm this old, I still need to get married. But if I start caring more, there's still no one suitable around me. People think I'm too picky, but that's really not the case.
Really? Really, you are not too picky. Oh, okay, let's go onto this clip. This guy is like fucking telling this girl to fucking fuck off.
You're a man. Do you think you're worth 800,000 yuan? Am I worth 800,000? No, I'm worth 18 million. Huh, you're not even worth 800 yuan. Got it. You come up demanding 800,000. Who's going to pay 800,000 to marry a 38 or 40-year-old?
There we go, that's what he says there. Who's going to pay 800,000 to marry a 38 or 40-year-old? I have to give it to her. I mean, if she's 38 years old, or maybe it's either she just has a fucking amazing filter. But look at her skin compared to him. I mean, he just looks like a normal dude. Look at her skin. Who is going to do that? buy her or marry her at 38, have kids at 40, fucking take care of kids into your old age. If you are lucky, if she doesn't go out and divorce you in the next 5 years or whatever after you've like given her her child.
Old leftover woman who still thinks she's superior hilarious.
大家好，我现在不。
Hello, everyone. I don't want to avoid the issue anymore. I want to face myself. I'm that woman who's cut off water and electricity, demanding an 800,000 yuan dowry. Ouyang Weiwei. I'm 38 years old,
You're
a master's
fucked.
graduate, 168 meters tall, 128 pounds, currently unmarried and childless.
So she lists everything that she wants in a man. All the degrees and all the money and all the fucking everything. These women are thinking like men.
And now I feel like my life is so miserable. I deeply regret marrying late. Truly regret it. I've ruined myself. Let myself waste away. My youth is gone. I used to be arrogant, looking down on ordinary people, always thinking I could find someone better, always keeping one foot out the door while looking for something else. Now I deeply repent. I know I was wrong. I'm guilty. I don't know how to wash away my sins. I'm so full of regret. Flowers may bloom again, but youth never returns. I was wrong, truly wrong. I beg for God's forgiveness. I made a grave mistake and—
What does God have to do with this? You made these decisions. Coming onto TikTok now to beg for forgiveness. What? Forgiveness for what? It's not as if there's somebody out there saying like, okay, we are not just going to punish you for fucking you did something wrong. You cannot turn back time. So all your tears on TikTok, and that's another thing that I can't understand. Why the fuck would people record themselves crying and then posting it onto social media? Have you seen this? Girls just crying into their phones as if social media is that like the new therapist? Can't handle your shit, so you just cry into TikTok for that echo chamber, for that validations of fuck. Oh no, girl, you are still great. Whoa, you are still beautiful. There's still hope for you. You don't know. Prince Charming is just waiting around the corner. The fucking echo chambers.
and delayed my own life. I feel deep self-blame and guilt. I also urge everyone not to marry late. In the end, you'll find that refusing to settle leads to being left with nothing rotting away in your own hands. I'm deeply remorseful now. I've let myself down.
Fuck.
现在如果你还没谈恋爱的人，无论你几岁，都应该去相亲角看看，那里聚集。
If you're still single, no matter your age, you should visit a matchmaking corner. There, you'll see a huge number of leftover people from society. It's a heartbreaking sight. Even their parents often show up there. It's pitiful.
Yes, we've looked at that, where they actually put up these little papers and write down all the information. And then it's not the girl herself that's standing there, it's the parents. It's the parents selling off their daughter. And then I see people saying, but why is it so difficult in China? They have like 100 million men and 100 million women. But the problem is, it's not the 100 million men. These women, the standards are so high, so if the man does not meet that standard, that 100 million is boom, 50%, we don't even see them. You, Tom, you become a little wallflower. We do not pay attention to you. It brings it all down. If they are not at a certain height, we don't look at them. If they do not have a specific degree or they do not make certain amount of money, we don't look at them. We don't pay any attention to the normal guy, the one man show that has a gardening tool, garden service, the normal guy that drives a truck, the electrician down the road, normal people. No. So all of a sudden that 100 million becomes a very, very, very small amount of people that these women aspire to date or to get married to.
Hearts of parents, and it makes you sigh. Once I passed by Hangzhou's Wansongli matchmaking corner and the scene was spectacular. It truly shocked me. As I've mentioned before, in every big city, the gender ratio at matchmaking corners is now 1 man to 9.
Just stop there. Wee. At the matchmaking corner, this is now where these parents put up their little papers. 1 man, 9 women. 1 man, 9 women. And it sounds, wow, it sounds like heaven, right? You still have to meet her standards.
Women, 80 to 90% of the people there are the parents of women. It's a tragic scene. In places like Beijing, the number of leftover women is 4 times that of leftover men. There are at least 1 million single women staying single for the long term. I find it so strange. Many of these women have houses and cars, and their conditions are pretty good. But have you noticed their age? They're mostly in their 30s or older. For example, my mom's colleague's daughter a few years ago was earning 600,000 yuan a year in Hangzhou. Her parents had saved up a lot, raised her like a son, and as an only child, she has a house and a car. She's very ambitious, always busy with her career. But when it came time to talk about marriage, she was 35. Shocking. A matchmaker.
Fucking shocking. Shocking. It is a little bit different from... Let me just put this, I think maybe this thing is a little bit fast. Playback speed to normal. There is a difference between here where I live in the China area, China, Japan, Taiwan area, and out in, what's it, on the west. Here they do prioritize studying first and foremost. So you might meet a girl that you speak to for the first time and be shocked that she's actually still a virgin. She has body count of 0, but she's studying until 9 or 10 o'clock every night. Her degrees, you will never match her in education. She will always be the boss babe in your relationship. So it is a little bit different. I just wanted to throw that out there. Maybe people watching this from America or from... It's not the same. The young girls here, they don't just go out and party every night the whole time. They do prioritize education.
Maker introduced her to someone who met her conditions, someone with similar financial status and age, who also had a house and car and came from a decent family. But what happened? The guy met her briefly, and after a few days he backed out. Guess who he ended up with? A recent graduate, an intern, earning just 2,000 yuan, more than 10 years younger than her.
I refer back to one of the previous videos. More than 10 years younger than her. Guys do not care about your master's degrees or your doctorate degrees or your boss babe attitude. They just want a normal girl that they can take care of, can have the potential of providing them with a family. It's not that difficult. And then how can a 35-year-old compete with a 25-year-old. Yet, the 35-year-old, her standards are still, if not higher than the 25-year-olds.
I bet he's about to marry that post-00's girl soon. So many women really have this illusion when they get older. I have a car and a house, so I must be competitive, right?
Fuck you.
Wrong men who match your financial conditions will most likely go for someone young, pretty and vibrant, an intern who just graduated earning 2,000 yuan, more than 10 years younger. They won't choose an older woman like you. Some might say, well, can't a high-achieving woman consider a man with lesser conditions? Reality doesn't work that way.
Why does reality not work that way? I mean, so you are prepared to take on cats, become a dog mama, but you will not lower your standards. Why does reality not work that way? I mean, if it's for love or for finding a cool person, the right person, no. There's pressure from the family and from economy and from fucking wanting to impress the Joneses.
All know the economic reality. Milk sellers would rather pour out their milk than give it to the poor. Real estate developers would rather demolish houses than let the poor live in them for free. So what's left in the matchmaking market? High-achieving women and low-achieving men.
That's not, no, I disagree with that. There are high-achieving women that go for high-achieving men. Then there are low-achieving women that also go for high-achieving men. The low-achieving men, they are walking away because they are just the normal guys. The guy with a high school degree, maybe a bachelor's degree, a college degree, earning normal, maybe a little bit under the normal level, the medium level of income. They are not looked at all. So this statement of high-achieving women and low-achieving men, no. I totally disagree with her statement on that.
大龄剩女果然是被挑的货呀。
Older single women really are treated like commodities picked up and scrutinized only to be casually tossed aside if deemed unsatisfactory.
Oxen.
I'm 33 years old and have already been labeled a leftover woman.
Yep.
Yesterday, I experienced yet another instance of being evaluated. Unsurprisingly, the other party decided not to place an order. This time, the man was introduced by one of my uncles. To be honest, apart from this uncle, the rest of my relatives have long stopped asking about my marital status. Everyone has silently agreed to avoid the topic as I'm already considered undesirable. However, this particular uncle has always been especially concerned about my future. He's the kind of warm-hearted person who grew up running around with me as kids. Even now, despite living in different cities, he still...
Is he your uncle that ran around with you as a kid? Fuck, he sounds like a perv to me. I don't know, let's listen what she says. But I mean, how she stated that or how it was translated, that...
worries about my marriage. Yesterday, he suddenly sent me a message on WeChat asking me to send him a few photos.
Oh, sorry, I thought it's nudes. No, but if you read this next sentence, he said there's a man around there.
He said there was a man around my age, also single and looking for a partner.
Okay.
At that moment, I felt a tinge of excitement, fantasizing that maybe this time something might finally happen. I carefully selected a few photos I thought looked nice and sent them over, imagining a beautiful start to this fate. But reality hit me hard. The man took just one glance at the photos and replied, I don't feel anything for her.
Too
and
old.
that was the end of it.
That's it.
Just like that, before anything could begin. It was over. Luckily, my mental resilience has become quite strong, and I was already prepared for such an outcome.
Welcome to the world of manhood. Your mental resilience was quite strong. Men are being rejected constantly. I'm talking about normal people, normal men. I'm not talking about the Chads. We all know those people from somewhere. I'm just talking about normal guys. Welcome to our reality. That no, don't approach me, don't.
I can accept it calmly. After all, matchmaking is essentially a two-way selection process. It's like buying vegetables. The seller thinks their goods are good, but the buyer has to agree. If the price doesn't match or the appearance isn't satisfactory, neither side will be happy. How can a transaction succeed under such conditions? Still, no matter how.
再过2-3个月都要过年了。
In 2 or 3 months, it'll be the new year, and I'm 35 and still...
Jesus. I mean, look at the difference between these two women. She's 35. Maybe there's a massive filter on her face, we don't know. And the previous one, where's the previous one? Go back, fuck. This one. Maybe she forgot to put on her filter, because you can actually see some blemishes on her skin. Alright, and this one now. Sorry, let's go here. I'm 35. What? In 2 months I'll be 35.
In 2 or 3 months, it'll be the new year, and I'm 35 and still single. So I've decided to stop looking. I'm going to lie flat. From now on, I'll eat what I want, drink what I want, and live as a free single woman.
Again, welcome to manhood. As you grow older, all those worries, they just like whoop, go off the shoulder. You stop giving a shit about what other people think about you. They have this term in China called lie flat, where it's young men, they just like, fuck that. They just walk away from everything and go for bare necessities. They have their food. If they have to sleep on a bench, they'll do that. If they can sleep in an internet cafe, they do that. They don't want to work. So that is the lie flat. So now she just wants to lie flat as well. Throw the little hands up in the air. Tantrum. Thank you very much. I'm too old.
I'll be a female bachelor and just lie flat. I'm almost 35 and still not married. My classmates' kids are already in high school. Sometimes I think if I had married earlier, I'd have a husband and kids now, and that'd be great. Even if I got divorced, at least I'd have a child, right? But now I have nothing. Just me, a leftover...
No, but I mean, if you were divorced, you would have had 50% of his belongings at least. So you pretty much fucked yourself like double. You have no child support coming in. You have no divorced money coming in. You have no house that you could own, that you could claim half of. You are now just a leftover woman.
I'm from Dazhou, Sichuan, and I'm here at Chongqing's People's Park, looking for...
Look at all these people selling off their, 1 to 9 daughters. This is in China. This is a park where people actually put up posters and they are selling. They want to find prospective husbands for their daughters. Somebody said something about a ratio of 1 to 9.
For a partner, wishing everyone a happy Qixi festival. I hope those who haven't found a partner can find one during Qixi. The first batch of leftover women in Wuhan have moved into nursing homes. Let's see what life is like.
What? The first batch of leftover women are now into nursing homes. Let that make sense to you. What age do you go to a nursing? I assume this woman is a leftover as well. I mean, what happens if you stay leftover for the next 30 years, from 35 to 65? You are going to move into a nursing home with your cats, bottles of red wine, and your TV dinners. And I understand that they would say the same for men, right? They would be like, yeah, but this is the same argument for men. But it's not. It's not. I am now 50 years old. I'm turning 50. I'm now 49. I'm turning 50 next year. There's a sense of peace. Of like, let the world just fucking go. We are actually happy, and women cannot understand this. We are actually happy. There's a difference between alone and lonely. 50, 60, 70-year-old men can and do look after themselves. They enjoy the peace. They want that peace and calmness, sitting on a chair at a river, catching fish, taking their shit on their backpack, hiking into the mountain for a week, pitching your tent, and thank you, give me that peace and quietness. The young men watching this, it really is true. You should not be afraid of growing old alone. It's actually cool. It feels like camping. Okay, but that's a different topic, but back to this old fucking hag here.
Like for those who never married, young people probably aren't interested in this topic because they haven't experienced it themselves. Moving into a nursing home feels like a distant future for them. But please watch this video patiently and you'll understand the seriousness of not marrying. Typically, these women were career-driven powerhouses in their youth. Back then, they were called outstanding four-high women, high education, high attractiveness, high-paying jobs, and high abilities. They were living the high life, free and glamorous, but they never imagined how bleak things would become. Now, living in a nursing home, their daily routine is just eating, taking a walk if they feel like it, chatting with other elderly people when they're in the mood, and repeating the cycle of eating and sleeping day after day, year after year. The glamour of their youth, their dismissive attitude toward those who loved them. Look at their situation now. There's no going back. This is Ms. Wang, 73, living in a nursing home. She wants to share her life story and her feelings of indifference based on her personal experiences. When she was young, because of her good conditions, she had high standards for boyfriends. She had 5 criteria.
Ooh.
1, he had to be handsome, and 1, 8 meters tall. 2,
handsome to who? Handsome to her, right? And handsome to the other 99,000 women that's drooling after him. He had to be like somewhat, how tall? Standards for boyfriends.
She had 5 criteria. 1, he had to be handsome, and 1, 8 meters tall.
1.8 meters tall. I don't know, you can go and work out what that is in feet. 1.8 meters tall. Chinese men are not 1.8 meters tall. They are, I don't know, average 1.7, 1.75. They are not 1.8. Handsome, 1.8 meters tall.
2, his family had to be well off. 3, he had to have a good job. 4, he had to have a high salary. 5, they had to live a life just for the two of them forever.
So he has to be the winner. He has to be the winner. She's standing at the finish line waiting for the winner of the race. And then she said only for the two of them. So she was so fucking selfish, this bitch. She didn't even want to bring kids into this. He has to live just for her. People, this is a 73-year-old hag. And those were her standards, and she just dropped them.
As a result, every guy she dated was scared off. But she never lowered her standards. Her flaw was being too confident, believing she'd definitely find her prince charming. Her parents' advice was useless. They earnestly told her, marry early, have kids. Early,
Fuck you, Mom
that's
and
the
Dad.
proper path. But she wouldn't listen. As the saying goes, no person stays fortunate forever, and no flower blooms for 100 days. Her prime years passed, and by her 40s, no one pursued her anymore. She rejected one outstanding man after another without mercy. She used to say, not marrying, not having kids, that's a happy life. No pain of childbirth, no hardship of raising kids, no trivialities of daily life or dealing with the elderly's needs. She thought those were a waste of her life. Accumulating wealth and moving into a nursing home was better, and everything would be fine.
But she has to find a place for her cats, right? Maybe she found like a nursing home that allow cats as well.
Now she regrets the decisions she made decades ago. Her peers are grandparents, but her parents passed away in a car accident, leaving her with no one to accompany love or care for her. She's felt a loneliness and pain she'd never experienced before. Misfortune struck again. She injured her leg in a cycling accident, and before it healed, she developed a high fever. Hungry, she had to endure it. Wanting a sip of water, she couldn't get it. Though she had a home, the big empty house had only her.
Oh, fucking just only had her in it. Okay, I mean, she's now also maybe making up a little bit more. I mean, she had to endure it. She had to fucking stand up, walk, take the pain, go and get a fucking cup of water. Huh? Gentlemen, this is just to show you it's not just in the way in the West. I always have to think what is West and what is East. It's not just in the West where they have these fucking high standards. Yeah, it might not be the same. Here it's education and property. It's not that body count and those kind of things really, but that's just a different circumstance that you guys have there in the West, right? It's a different circumstance, but they all have these high expectations, looking for Chad in any name, Chinese Chad, American Chad, British Chad, looking for Chad and Tyrone. And these fucking women are so stubborn, they will not lower their standards. The wall comes to them, hits them in the face, and still the standards are there. There's just no fucking logic. No, like, oh, this fucking hamster has to stop, pause, think a little bit. So if you want to go out and call this channel incel fucking red pill channel or whatever you want to do, by all means go for it, hey? This is a logic channel talking common sense about men's issues. I really couldn't give a shit about women throwing the toys in the hands in the air and like, oh fucking who hurt you, who fucking, oh MacDowell, oh incel shit. I'm happy I find my peace. I really do hope that you out there also find your peace and happiness, and that we can all laugh together about the insanity of fucking women all over the world. Alright guys, have a good one. See you on the next one. Cheerio.